Yes, family greetings to the them love and light energies. Give thanks to life, give thanks to the source. As the can see on the subtitle, Adam and Eve explained. So what am I gonna try to do now? I try to go to the original or to the root. Because by the help and the power and the grace of the Most High, these knowledge were made available so we can use them and utilize them to decipher what really was, what really is, and what really go on. All of me talk to and tell about this Planet X thing and the Bible and Annunaki thing, family. This last book of Enkia, whether you want to validate it for the business, confirms more so what me did I say. Now in order for going at this Adam and Eve story now, seeing, we have to first get an idea, say you're the first lie about Adam and Eve. Watch them set of lies, you know, we puzzle me from longer time. Alright. You make the woman, you make the man first, then you make the woman, in which, just like how cells inseminate and cells become cells, you could have, the primitive woman probably could have do that half her own, so why you never make a woman and make she self-inseminate or something, and, you know? Anyway, God never so smart according to what King James says, see? Alright. Here's the second thing now God do know in a life. But I can't understand, I should say. So him not make the woman first, he make the man. Then he make the woman after. Alright? But still yet, the woman, like say she become wiser before him. You see me I deal with? That she could have offer him apple and him no know say him not fi eat it. So me not understand that the part there again. We're gonna move on. The color of Adam and Eve that is portrayed to us. Me not even gonna use my little knowledge and me have and understanding. I'm going to use scientific validation. According to scientists, there is no way on, under, in, or over the earth no Caucasian race can bring forth no Negroid race. You understand me I did? Them can't bring forth no Indian race, no black Indian, no black Chinese. So all these races are used to exist, but them are going to go on like say and use to trick we. We see say that our next joke. Plus, as I'm telling you, I'm doing in one previous video, Australian Office of Genetics have it documented say the Caucasian race is just 7,000 years old. Them confirm that the same white people them confirm say them genetics young comparing to others. That's our next problem, see? Now, when the woman eat the apple, the woman become conscious that she knows say, right, me not feel so naked. And also, cause if she never eat the apple, we would have still there naked and walk up and down. We have to try even put it like that. So she eat the apple, she come aware, self-aware, and start do certain things different. And we see that as a bad thing. So if you see all them little stories of family, it kind of mix up. That's how we have to go into the real story. So the real story not really based off of now when these igigis, right? So we can get a little synapse from this the fifth tablet. Right, they must say, after me tell say Nimna arrives on Earth with a group of female nurses. She delivers seeds to grow elixir, providing plants. She brings Enil news of their out-of-wedlock son, Ninerta. In the Abzu, Enki established an abode of mining sites. In Eden, Enil builds space and other facilities. Niberians on Earth, the Annunaki, number 600. 300 Igigi operate the facilities on Lamu, which is Mars. Alright? So I'm just going to give you a little synopsis. Clans form on earth as Enki and Enlil begat more sons. Beset by hardships, the Igi launch a coup against Enlil. Ninurta defeats their leader Anzu in aerial battles. The Annunaki driven to produce gold faster. Mutiny. Enlil and Ninurta denounce the mutineers. Enki suggests to artificially fashionize primitive workers. Enki suggests to artificially fashion primitive workers. See? That's the 5th tablet synopsis. So I'm going to the 6th tablet synopsis because I'm going to go almost like to the end of the 5th tablet and go across. Because as I tell you, the yes, said the Igigi them did I start some little war vibration. Bad vibes it start. See? Alright, so it will show you now say some bad vibes go on and they must say the Igigis them must say, let us proclaim war with the hostiles, let us gain relief, others shouted. The Annunaki in excavations the words of incitement heeded. To their tools they set a fire to their axes they put. They troubled Annunaki, the chief officer of the man in the tunnels, they seized him. Right? They held him as they went to the doorway of Enel's dwelling. They made their way. Right? Enel's dwelling they surrounded their tools as torches they held high. Seeing? Alright. To Enel, them was saying, who is hostile in who is in to Enel, alright. Thus was Enel to them saying, who is of this hostility, the instigator. Every single one of them declared to them, I do them thing, right? So they must say, excessive is the toil of our work is heavy, great is the distress. Sir, were they to Enel saying, right? So you must say, alright, they must complain. It's a little protest going. That's the first protest going in our earth. The lamentations is every day the complaints we could hear. That's how Enki said to Daddy Anu no. And Anu said the goal must be obtained. Anu was saying the work must continue. Release Enungi for consolations, Enil to the hostile Annunaki said. Enungi was released, right? And they must show you now, same say, here what we're going to do now. We're going to work out something. We're going to ease on yourself and go back to work. So them say, ever since earth's heat has been rising, the toil is being excruciating. Unbearable it is. Right? Let the rebels to Nibiru return and let new ones come in to their stead, the Nerta said. Perchance new tools can fashion Enil to Enki said, for the Annunaki heroes the tunnels to avoid. So Enki said, no, let us summon my son Ninguza. Counts with I wish to take with thus responded Enki, seeing. They summoned Ningiza from the house of life he came. With him Enki huddled words amongst them they exchanged. A solution is possible, Enki was saying. Listen now. Let us create a Lulu. That is what them for them term. I'm going to just, before me read no further, where me hear the word Lulu again before. The first time I hear the word Lulu, it was Haile Selassie the first, little brilliant puppy we have, named Lulu. You see me I deal with. Alright. So them say let us create a Lulu, a primitive worker, the hardship work to take over. Let the being the toil of the Annunaki carry on his back. Right? So they must say whoever heard of being a fresh creator, a worker who Annunaki can do. There's someone Ninma, the one who of healing and succor was much known. That a Ninurshag same here, Enki and Enel's sister. Enki words were repeated about creating the Lulu. However, she said, whoever of such a thing heard, they are asked. The task is unheard of, she to Enki said. All beings from seed have descended. One being from another, over eons they develop. None from nothing ever came. All right, you are my sister, Enki said, smiling. A secret of the Abzu, let me to you all reveal. The being that we need is already exists. All that we need to do is put on it the mark of our essence. Thereby, a Lulu, a primitive worker, shall be created. So did Enki to them say, let us hereby a decision make, blessing to be my plan give, to create a primitive worker by the mark of our essence to fashion him. Alright. Now, what you hear go on this and now we see family is that as I just give a synopsis now I go on this a while ago. Because I tell you say Babylon is easy, you know. The man them have all them a story and them a knowledge, yeah. And have Bible and a mislead we like we are fool. I always I tell you them before me even buck up on this retranslation and I say family, we need to retranslate the Bible. No, as well them a show you, so now we go on. You'd have some workers, named the Giggies them used to work on Mars. Them start ball now and a protest and come down on earth and a protest and come in front of any laws, light all them torch, light them tools of fire and a protest, you know. So them hold them supervisor as hostage. Cause you don't know them no want to get hurt and them want the ones them listen. Alright. And you know, some and Enki and some other ones and you know, all who come forward. Cause excitement this now, you know. This never happened before. Them must say one the problem now. Them start complaining, say Virgin, the sun I get hotter. And it's like, say boy, the work is unbearable. So in reality now, what them get to find out later on now, when everything calm down, is that based upon the cycle of Nibiru, where them left from comparing to Earth, because Nibiru take 3,600 years for go around Earth. That a 1 year for them. So what happen now when them come on Earth now with this short period, 365 days, or what have you, it affect them. Even that's why now, even Ninma did come down, as I mentioned further, she come down, she come run the hospital down the same way. But them still are stressed out. So, them a leak out now and decide, so them a go strike. So the strike and protest will go on now, everything come back down. Sorry, them release the supervisor, them hold hostage. Enki them a say, boy, them have to come with the idea. So them say, alright, no cool, I'm going back to work. Take today as a rest day. But we're going to start back. Anyway, it's alright, cool. What happen now, if you know, say, you see the royal Annunaki family, them have certain secret elixir where them can drink and preserve themselves, you know. But them now go pass on them knowledge to the little regular worker because that'll make you as a worker become powerful and probably want to come oppose them or something with more power. Alright. What them do now, them come with the idea say we're going to start exchange workers. For now. But Enki said the problem still going to arise. Because what even happen in the future, them might tell you say even when some new ones come down and spend some time and go back, some of them look all older than them parents. Based upon the whole cycle vibrations what me I tell you. Alright? And them are the son of the progenitor, you know, for the whole thing, you know. So anywhere you there, it monitor that, it control that, it regulates that. Which are you or anything plants, anything living around it. Alright, cool. But now them say refer create some primitive workers. Enki say him they see some Homo erectus and Homo habilis. Him say from him come him see some Homo habilis like them out for turn Homo erectus. Him say them so say in a them stage right now and things. So him say to him study them, because him say them go down to South Africa, seeing him spot them. And him a pray so them move different. They move more sensible. Like him say at the time when him see them are the more conscious creatures him see. So him say make we try some experiment with them based upon the fact. So them are scientists. This now is where the Adam and Eve story come in. You see me and date family. This is where it start. And then now what happen, even though I go read it, the first worker where them create, right, wasn't a female based upon the fact say they were just creating helpers. Because even Enki said to them one time when them attack say, you know, we're going to create. One time they must say something about slavery being long abolished, right? On our planet. Tools are the slaves, not other beings. A new creature before and non-existing you wish to bring into being. Creation is in the hands of the Father of all beings alone is held. So was Enel opposing saying, right? So Enel was opposing what he must say. So Enki make him know say, Enki to his brother responded, not slaves. Listen, you have to remember now who and see who by how them talking. Who them is, Not slaves, but helpers is my plan. That's what Enki say. The being already exists, Ninma was saying. To give more ability is the plan. You hear them say to give more ability is the plan. And not a new creature, but one existing, more in our image made, Enki with precision said. With a little change, it can be achieved. Only a drop of our essence is needed. A grave matter it is not to my liking, Enil was saying. And he must say it against the rules of planet to planet journeying it is. So, them go through debate with it and them say, well, for the sake, when them link up with daddy, coming up to and read everything, when them link up with daddy, daddy say, alright, for the sake of the planet, do that. Because I know really nothing bad we are doing. And if, as long as we don't have it intention, they say we're going to use them as slaves. Because that's an Enki philosophy, He say if you're going to pray if you use them as slaves, you're going to be like you are sin against the whole planetary vibration that exists. You know if you do that. But if you are going to upgrade them to be conscious enough and as how Enki do, and eventually do. Alright. Here we happen now. Them say now Enki go through this process and him go through this whole process. Iman Ningizida. And them try all type of process and it never does work at so the first time. Seeing? It never just work like that. So them must say now everything never just it happen. Boop, one go then go in a lab, That for sure you say yes, them still have certain knowledge, but them still not have all of the knowledge. It never just happen same time. The plan mentioned or put into place. So them say the early experiments with genetic engineering. You see from when that go on? Alright. 200,000 years ago. Created many failures and some viable creatures. So them are trying to tell you say, some little type of creatures they create out of this whole thing, Them say Enki and Ningizida, that a film, that a Enki son, serviced an erectus woman, that a Homo erectus woman, but failed to impregnate them. So Enki and Ningizida gathered their own seed and in a test tubes fertilized the erectus ovaries to create zygotes. Then she planted the zygotes in the erectus woman. The first baby born of the erectus woman lacked vision and dexterity of internal functioning. To beat these defects, Ninma created the next zygote in a vessel of copper and African clay instead of a test tube. Alright. But at the same time, she still has said this zygote grew into a child that could not speak. Alright, so them say now Enki come up with a different idea. Enki say, alright, watch ya. Enki planted a copper clay vessel with a growing zygote. He must refer use some of Earth's clay in collaboration with what I go on. And him say, I put it now, instead of put it in an incubator or put it in the Homo erectus womb, he might put it in a Ninma womb. See him, the nurse, she had the master medical woman. So them say, in Ninman's womb, rather than the rectus or in an incubator box, to see if the baby Ninma bore could speak. Right? So in the clay vessel, the admixture they added, the oval of the earth female with the Annunaki male essence they put together. The fertilized egg into the womb of Ninma by Enki was inserted. There was conception. To a male child, Ninma birth was given. Enki, the boy child held in his hands, the image of perfection was he. He slapped the newborn on his hind parts. The newborn uttered proper sounds. He handed the newborn to Ninma. My hands have made it victoriously, she shouted. Alright. what we just mentioned now is when Adam did just create. As I tell you now, family, I'm not going to touch it forward. Because I tell you, them used to talk about these things before me even buck up on the last book here, you know. I must say that's why it stay for last year, because that's confirmation. When you remember some of the videos I tell you, say, in Genesis 1, you have just God I do the creational work. You see me I deal with? Just like how you hear when them argue, them oppose, and I say, well, certain things are just God for do. And wait. Remember them come here, come see plants and animals and even the creatures them see and we, you know. So them still know say there is a creative force or energy greater than them. Alright. What happened now in a Genesis 1, you see where God do all of that work in a Genesis 1. In Genesis 2, you see Lord God do actually the same work over, but in more refined. This is the refining. What happened? This one I read is the Genesis 2 translation. When the Lord God them know what do for them creative work. But King James give it to us this way, based upon the knowledge of the fallen angels them give him just for mislead we and misguide and miseducate us. But this is the original story. It's not hard. It's not hard for father, you know. You know, family. Because when I show you what happened now, you know. Them say them want workers. And Enki show them say them are Enki top scientists, you know. Them these are advanced beings, are more advanced than we, you know. Remember say, wicked mankind they are right now and make clone and I deal with transhumanism, you know. So imagine these beings where they did not existence before them. It's not hard for fathom. It's not hard for fathom, family. So watch you know what happened. When Enki say, come up with the idea, say, him see some primitive workers over in North Africa. And then Banzo me tell you, say, it is scientifically proven that the first set of, what they call them single cell organisms, them find traces of them in one river in Zimbabwe named the Zambezi River. And the same scientists I tell you, say, that's how creation start. So you see, say, everything I connect. Watch me now. In case when them go over South Africa, because them say over there, so when they might be there first over there in the Pacific, you know. I look for gold, but it never much. So you have to go over in South Africa. When they must scout the land, in Bingo over South Africa. And if you do research right now, the oldest mines are found in South Africa. See? Alright, watch out now. When him go over South Africa, him say him see some primitive workers where he might map out for a long time. Because I say, to feel him understanding, him see them as more conscious than any other creature. Him see them reason amongst themselves. Him see them free animals from trap. Him see them catch fire and all these things. Because them say the obelisk was the first one, them primitive ones them will catch fire, you know. So the Homo habilis, after the Homo habilis, you have the Homo erectus. So if you know them done affiliated with that knowledge there. Alright. Him say now, by trying to reason them not have much understanding. So them I wonder if, based upon for them knowledge them have, if them could have genetically just upgrade this thing a bit. That's it have a little bit of more understanding. This now is where you have now the pro Congo man, or the crow Mongo man, I should say. Yeah, this is how we have the crow Mongo man now coming into existence. Not fully have this knowledge and knowledge and understanding, but have enough if you can take orders and carry out orders. Alright? What happened now, as the story state now, them go through many experiments till them finally bingo, as well we say in Jamaica. So here I'm getting bingo can read off now. Them did I try it in other ways and I put it in a crystal incubator and all type of thing and when them all mix all the mix of them and do it now some crystal vessel and all of that. So Enki said now we're gonna use a clear vessel. the earth from Africa itself. And we're gonna use whatever way them use up this clay mixture within what them a do, them do it. Them add it now, them add the female Homo erectus egg to the admixture, then them add Enki's semen to that, make it see the admixture there, then it become an ovary, then them put that ovary into Ninma, which as she said don't miss name the nurshag. Saying for she now I go be that incubator then now. Cause them a say every other way them try them a see 1 and 2 fault. So the last fault now was the baby come good and everything but couldn't talk. So then they're gonna do it different. So if you notice what me say, there was a female Homo erectus. A fear egg them use. That's what I tell you say now. Genesis 1 really does a talk about creation from the universal perspective there. God has me tell you the universal energy there. We create everything that existence. You see me I deal with. And then now the Lord Gods them come now, come upgrade the things them. As simple that. Alright. Then now them say Adamo. One like South Africans, earth clay, a red shade, dark red shade, right? He had a smooth, reddish, brown skin and black hair, right? And them say Adamo's malehood, odd was its shape, by a skin was its forepaws surrounded, unlike that of the Annunaki malehood. It was. Let the earthling from us Annunaki by this foreskin be distinguished, so was Enki saying. Alright. What you notice go on here so now, family, is that yes, them bingo and the ones born, and so them I show you now, this is another biblical vibration, you know. You notice them love talk about circumcision. There was no rule nor law, give it just man come up with that. I just a man I say, is a king do it first, you know, because I say want be like the gods them is, you know. I forgot which king them say first do it, you know. Him do it first, we say yes, him a show like him is like the gods, because the gods them have no foreskin. And thus we have foreskin. And them told them I say we are primitive people, workers, and what have you. So them do that to feed themselves. Now this little ritual, as all you see, it all continue throughout civilizations. And it's not something right for the coming to see it as something right for a picnic just born. And you do the pain that you inflict the pain upon him. Plus again, me find out say when you have on your foreskin, it protect you from catching disease more than when it not have on the foreskin on this woman. Alright. So them say once she had Adamo the prototype for the primitive work, Ninma radio the med center at Sherpak, she needed 7 doctors who would volunteer their wombs to grow offsprings of Adamo. So them don't have the mixture already. So them are going to do some more mixture and bring some more Adamo into existence. See? So them say the life essence of Adamo she extracted bit by bit in the vessels she inserted it, then the male part of Adamo an incision was made, a drop of blood to let out. Let this be a sign of life that flesh and soul have combined. Let it forever proclaim. Right? And then so she squeezed the male part for her blood, 1 drop in each vessel to the admixture she added. In this clay mixture, admixture, earthling with Annunaki shall be abound. To a unity shall the 2 essences, one of heaven, one of earth, together be. Alright. So now, them do the vibration there and bring forth 7 healthy boys from the wombs. And then now, they must say to create a female now. Ningizida planted another zygote, right, prepared with Adamo's blood in Damkina. And when it grew to a viable fetus, excised her. That means cut it from her. Ninma then named the hybrid Tiamat, mother of life. A sandy blonde. So, if you see where blonde hair black people come from first, see? Alright, what you go on here say now? Them a show you now say them want to make some women now, so what them do now, them just add a little more genetical vibration, right? And create the female. So this is now how you get the story now, in reality now. Where you see them giving the Bible now, how Eve come after Adam really. Because what had happened, you know, when them create Adam first, you know, them never really, when them create the Adam, them just create some prototype, then them start clone them. What happened now is that the cloning affair go on over and over. Enki now within himself, I say, I'm not too love the cloning thing, you know, because them not so sensible and they want to upgrade them. Everybody love how them say, especially Enki, but them not have no sense, alright. What Enki do know, Enki say, instead of we are cloning every minute, we're going to make a female counterpart so them can reproduce. And that is what Enki do. So, when Enki do that now, you don't know, as I say, them just add a little bit more, do what them do, add some more mixture to the thing. And as what them say, them inserted, right, Adam's blood within the whole mixture same way. See, so this now would be where I say Adam genetics was used. This would be like the rib of Adam as well, I would have said. Even though the rib story still have to come out more blatantly in your face. Alright. What happened now? Them say, them a try to get them to breed now. So where Adam do, where Enki do now, you say Adam and Tiamat, him carry them first set of one day. Them say Enki brought Adam and Tiamat to Eden, but left the 7 female and the 8 male hybrids made from Adam and Tiamat's gametes together in an enclosure at his African lab. They copulated often, but the females didn't conceive. Alright. Problem a go on again. Because them still want workers. So what going to happen now? They must study and I say, so they must say now the Nigerian astronauts who again work the mines threaten mutiny if Enki and Ngizida didn't bring the workers to relieve them. So under pressure at the med center in Shorobak, Ngizida compared Nigerian genes and genes from Adamo and Tiamat. He found the genes for reproduction. Nigerian females had a recessive XY chromosomal allele in their genotype, whereas Tiamat had only XX. So when they compare the Annunaki females, then what them call the Nigerians, chromosomes, and them going at the genetics, they must see say the females them, Annunaki females them have XY chromosomes, why this female Tiamat, this first Eve that them create now, does have XX. So them say that's why nothing couldn't go on. So them have to go forward in the lab now. So they must say, to make the hybrid breedable, then Giza, right, anthesized Enki, Niama, and Tiamat. See? From the rib of Enki and also Adamu, right? So from the rib of Enki, the life essence he extracted, into the rib of Adamu, the life essence he inserted. From the rib of Ninma, the life essence he extracted, into the rib of Tiamat, the life essence he inserted. He proudly declared, to their tree of life, 2 branches have been added. With procreating powers, their life essence are now entwined. Alright. I tell you what I just read, you know. After Ngizida now, which are Enki's son now, I'm the scientist too, you know. When him compare the chromosomes them of the Annunaki womb females them and the female them but them just create them sister them lacking the Y chromosome, them if you have XY them will have XX. So I said to make them breedable now, them have to add the life essence now from Adam, them for add the life essence from Enki to Adam, and do the same thing now with the life essence from Ninma to Tiamat. You see me I did. So that one another upgrade again now, we're going, Alright? Them say Enki, Ninma and Ningizida id how they had altered Tiamat. She and Adamu stayed in Enki's Persian Gulf orchard. While her fetus gestated, Tiamat made leaf aprons for herself and Adamu. Perfected and how they had mixed the Annunaki genes with the hominid genes, and how much we resemble them in all matters except immortality. So, they must say no, from they must say Ningiza now did put Enki and Ninma to sleep and Tiamat and Adamu, see? And from they must say them those stem cell. I just know you have the first stem cell now, vibration go on. Cause from them rib bone marrow now him take that life essence, no. And him put it in each of them rib, from each of them, Right? And the stem cells them spark. That's Tiamat biologically to become conscious of herself before Adamu even became self-aware. So they must say now Ningiza proudly declare that to the tree of life the two branches he has added with procreating powers their life essence have now entwined. See? Now, what happened there, so? As I may tell you, Adam come first, Eve come second. And then them get upgraded so them can procreate. Now, you have the story now, when them say, Eve eat the apple, give Adam peace, Adam eat it. Then God come to the garden now. As I me do my interpretations them, me tell you say the first God will come and to him act vex. Can't be the second God, because I me tell you, with Genesis 2, when you say Lord God, Lord God was translated from the word Elohim, See? And them show you say Elohim stands for Annunaki, male and female. And that's that the term that we use for call them at a time. Now them transfer the word Elohim now, Mass King James him now, and him cronies to Lord God. So you know say, you gotta have times now, like we confuse some people, you gotta have times now where you say, like when Lord God tell Moses to kill half the people. Enil said him gonna do that. Like when Lord God come to John D the second time when John D get visit from them angels. As what according to him right now in book. Him say Enil come to him and tell him say him run the place. So we have to understand these things. So we have to see say, and I tell him say my God see him where. Which within the scope of man you against humanity, he is a God. But is he a good God or an evil God? So them say when Enil visited Enki's nearby place, he noticed Tiamat wore a loincloth of leaves, while Adamu remained naked. Tiamat, proud of herself, spoke up, see that, and showed the commander the apron she just made. Enil made Enki explained. Enki confessed, and he must say Tiamat's fetus would in turn breed. So he must say now, he make Tiamat that she can procreate and have pitney and she pregnant right there now. And then fear whatever baby she have, I go carry the same vibration, I go procreate same way. You're Enil now. The last bit of our life essence to these creatures, hear my style way. After we have helped them, I dig goal out of mine where him can't go do. Him can't take son that, I be a cool shade them say him stay now, But it for show you who love we and who no love we. I bet time they call we slaves because it's still worse than creatures. Creatures still worse than it. Even though you were Enki say ma create, helpers. So you what him say now? Right? The last bit of our life essence to these creatures you have given to be like us in procreation, knowing that are the knowledge what them say him eat of the tree of life. This is the book. Last book of Enki where I read from now, So this now where you talk about them say, them eat from the tree of knowledge. And them say, them conscious enough to know good from evil and know them nothing naked. Me not see nothing wrong with that. Right? That's how I explain they say, Seeing? Him say, perchance, over millions of years in a bracket, life cycles on them to bestow any reward. So I say, you gotta give them immortality too. Which, as we hear Enki did mention from before him come and make up run off him mouth. Enki done say, him not give them the immortality, genetics. Right? Them say, Enki's team had exceeded Enil's okay to clone mind slaves in test tubes or with surrogate Nigerian mothers. Say, him did alright with the cloning. But true, as a man say now, him not like humanity, there's something about him, but we can't really fathom yet. But him is evil against humanity. Because if you turn the N in his name upside down, it almost has spelled evil. You see me I deal with. So you have to understand, say, even in ancient Egyptian philosophy, them call him Satan and the evil one and everything that is bad. So them say now, him did alright when the cloning are gone. Because when you clone, you never did sensible like how Tiamat and Adamu are going to become sensible now. Because Tiamat are going to teach Adamu, Alright. As we know how the whole woman thing go. So them say Enil arrested and tethered Enki. Enil tethered Enki for giving Adamu and Tiamat consciousness and reproduction. Tiamat, who is conscious before Adamu, has adorned her sexuality and solemn abdomen. This shows she is conscious of her source of pleasure. She is staring at our neighbor Enil came over and tied up Enki, her dad. The snake images around Enki indicate a force field that binds him. Alright. So them say Enil demanded an Annunaki assemble trial and the 9 new judge sentenced Enki for insubordination. However now, Ningiza now, however, mollified Enil and the commander released Enki. So this is what now Ningiza said now. Ningiza said, my lord Enil, knowledge for procreation they were given. The branch of long living to their essence tree was not. Longevity genes are genes known to Enki, and Ningizida was deliberately excluded from the human genome when the mixing of the genes took place. So listen now, After him and arrest the man, call up council long time, can nobody well want to find a way to fling up Enki off of earth to rule it, and rule it like how you see Queen Elizabeth do it, So what you know? Him now a call up for say boy charge Enki for insubordination for what him do. Then now Ningizida now I explain and say, brethren, we give them knowledge and we give them the ability to go procreate. We give them consciousness and knowledge to go procreate. Nothing wrong with that. Instead of we are clone the ones in every minute. And the knowledge we give them, you know what I mean? We want them conscious and have sense. And no say she nothing naked and have. So and just the nakedness alone now, she know other things too. I know she fi deal with other things to see him way. So here him now in a vexation when him say the council not gonna find Enki guilty now. This is when the next Lord God attack now, Him say, then let them be where they are needed, Enil with anger said. To the Abzu, away from Eden, let them be expelled. Enil exiled Adamu and Tiamat from Iraq. That was where in Iraq the Garden of Eden was seen, Eridu, the first city. Despite the fact that they were in the land of Enki, near his city of Eridu, which is Basara. So them say after Enil evicted Adamu and Tiamat from Eden, Enki knew the commander would limit them. Enil now called him a snake for sliding his genetic program in without permission. See? So them say what happened now is that for a selected few earthlings, Enki taught facts technology and advanced thinking, which me not say nothing wrong with that. So now, this now is where you say Adam and Eve get put out. But at the same time now, as you read the same Adam and Eve story, you see where God say, alright, we're going to make some clothes for you and tell them to go and go repopulate earth, see? That would have sound like one different God now, our God calm down, anyway, no one take it. But as a different God attack, this a Lord Enki now attack. So Lord Enki now I say, when him free up everything from the trial, him say, alright, him go claims them and him say, watch out. He must have send down a mine, but me not follow what him say. So them say Enki put Adamu and Tiamat in an enclosure in Zimbabwe. They breed with each other and with Nigerians. See? And them a show you now from this so now say these are the Adam and Tiamat now we have more consciousness. But at the same time, guess what now? This is now what you call, what scientists term, where them jump from Cro-Mongo man to Homo sapiens. Because you never hear about Cro-Mongo woman, and it's Cro-Mongo man, because he was created as a workforce, Now you have Homo sapien, which now is them new breed and we can procreate and them have more sense. Them still no reach Homo sapien yet, What them say happen now, after Enil have the ones them out there breed them up and so. Cause I must say instead of have these ones and the minds we are working on have no much sense. Make people have consciousness work and have more sense. Enil no love that. He want you fool like and just use one side of your brain. He want you in the matrix. Enki no want you in the matrix. Enki want you to be a free being. Alright. The man them attack Enki place over in Zimbabwe. And he'll give them all weapon, shoot down the man big tall wall. Even these same structures can be seen in Asian structures in South Africa right now. You're not going to see the most of the structures, but you're going to see the imagery. Foundation. Alright. What him don't know, him send over film any lights them now go in Zimbabwe now, because them a claim to say Enki now with film upgraded workers now have them a work inside. A cook and all them things in a clean house. So the Cro-Mongo man, most of them still do out there feel, Now them a say, wait, I want some of them workers over here so too. Because the same Nigerians and did do the work. So them go attack over Enki place now and take with some. And have now. See? Now, them a say, when them carry them over there now, them a say in Iraq. First, them a say Enki resisted Enil's order to for slaves. He wouldn't send his hybrids to Iraq. Before the Enelites' demands for slaves for Iraq, Enki had let the hybrids roam free in the wilderness. Sometimes Ningizida went with them, but now with Enel's son agitating for slaves too, he built a wall around his workers, home to impede potential Enelites' raids. But the raid eventually happened, as I may tell you, and them get slaves and brought over. So, them say in Iraq now the naked earthlings work, cavorted, copulated and bred. They slaved and foraged. Their numbers grew till they ran out of food. Enil, angry with Enki for creating fertile earthlings, told him to teach them to feed themselves. Enki gave the earthlings seeds, plants, and tame beasts. You see that? This is when you say, God say, go and go replenish the earth and the animals them and go and go plant up and all these things. So the earthlings work in the African mines and submersible cargo boats that in just 10 days brought the gold from the mines to Bad Tibra in Sumer to smelt refined and form into portable ingots for transshipment to Mars. The vital gold to Nibiru was coming steadily. Nibiru atmosphere was slowly healing. Alright. Now, there's another upgrade we're going now where this would be like the real Adam and Eve now, as what them say. So what happened now was that, this is how the story go now. In his African reserve, right, Enki in his marshland look about. With him was Ismod, his visor, whose secrets kept, right? So visor him secret keeper. On the river banks, frolicking earthlings he noticed, two females among them. Among them were, wild with beauty, firm were their breasts. Their sight, the phallus of Enki. See, but them said their sight caused the phallus of Enki to water. A burning desire he had, a young one to him Enki called, a tree fruit she offered him. Enki bent down, the young one he embraced, on her lips he kissed her. Sweet were her lips, firm with ripeness were her breasts. Into her womb she took the holy semen. By the semen of Enki she was impregnated. Enki then coupled the second young earthling, right? One of the girls bore a boy named Adapa. These are the real Adam and Eve now. Homo sapiens now. Because Enki do know, Enki mate with two Homo sapien girls. And they get now more advanced kids. So them say Enki, one boy a girl, one boy a boy. Adapa was the boy and the other girl was named Titi. Them say Enki kept this fatherhood secret, but his wife Damkina took Titi a liking. All manner of craft was she teaching. Right? That's why I say woman know about this, know about that, know about this, know about that. Craft work and all them thing there. Keep house clean and all them thing there. To Adapa, Enki teachings gave how to keep records. He was with him instructing. Enki boasted, a civilized man I have brought forth. A new kind of earthling from my seed have been created in my image and after my likeness. From seed they from food will grow, from you sheep they will shepherd, Annunaki and earthlings henceforth shall be satisfied. Alright. Here we go on now. What just go on there says that you can see where them, as I tell you, say Enki go to the more advanced females them now where them reach Homo sapiens stage. Cause I'm still I say him want make them more advanced. So it's like a experiment him a try, you know. And it work. Them come more smart. See? And him have them in a secret a grow him not to tell nobody about them. So them say Adapa and Titi, Enki son and daughter, mated. Titi bore twins, Cain, Kain, and Abel, Abel. The first Adapite, humans with far more due to Enki's genetic infusion. Niberian genes relative to Erectus genes than their mothers. The Adamite girls Enki impregnated. See? So them will show you say the twins them same way were born from the two youth them where Enki get from the two Homo sapiens them. So them two youth now will come more advanced. You see me I deal with them now a Homo sapiens now. That are the final bridge where it reach. Anything about spirituality or transhumanism, you go pray. In this same story now with Cain and Abel now, what them say happen? Because the time limited and I don't want to go too far. What them say happen now was that Cain and Abel did do them farming and want to tend after sheep. As how the Cain and Abel story goes. See? They make them offerings unto Enki. And I like Enki and I like none of them, you know, but them in their mind just feel, one of them just suggest say, Ray. Because killing it really go on for true, you know. You see me I deal with? And them will show you now how based upon the same similarity to the same story them given in the Bible. So Cain did offer Enki some things, and Abel did offer Enki some things, and it's like say Abel things is more like Cain get vexed. But it wasn't same time him slow him, according to the last book of Enki, what happened? Him have him up. But them a grow and them a go and go the same way. But one day now, Abel, I'm not gonna mix up who. I think Abel now carry across him sheep, them come over where Cain there with him plants to one water hole where they near Cain. See? And it's like argument develop and them fight. And a son now in a rage them say, cause like Abel give him couple lick, him get couple lick away and kinda angry, him take up a stone. Give him 2 hard lick and him knock out. I even find him sit down right beside of Abel. Or Abel as you call it. Well blood up. So not like him not even happy about what him do, just a fight it really go on. You understand me I did, but the fight wasn't based off a way. The Bible story tell we say two them make offering and same time vex and fight. No. It was a different story. So that again now, family, is another synapse of the Adam and Eve story, Cain and Abel story. This summary to the item and I explain to the item is taken from the last book of Enki that was written by ZECHARIAH STITCHIN. So as me tell you, I'll continue with more explanations of other biblical stories. So give thanks and as usual, do a personal research. Love and light. Rastafari.